All right, thank you for coming back for episode 7 now, right?
Yep.
Episode 7. We got a cool one for you. We have 2 new guests on here that isn't part of our team.
No.
It's going to be cool. We're really excited. Again, if you're tuning in for the first time, I'm Christian Callagher, and this is...
My name's Mac Turner.
And
I'm Derek Moore.
And I'm Reese Gurner.
Yeah, so they play basketball here at the University of Montevallo. And if I'm not mistaken, this is your 3rd year?
Yeah.
And your second year? Yeah, so they've been here for a little bit, so they kind of know what we got going on around here. But really what we want to do to start this off is just tell us about yourself, and then if you want to, kind of dive deep into your testimony.
Yeah, again, I'm Derek Moore, and my faith journey really started when I was young, and didn't really get into it until high school, and then I ended up going to Delta State for 2 years. It wasn't a great fit for me personally. And I kind of saw my faith going downhill. Kind of saw myself regressing from the church while still trying to be active in it, but my mind wasn't in it. So then transferred to Montevallo, and I got surrounded by just a group of great guys. And now my faith journey has gone uphill, and I'm sure we'll talk more about it later. But we're seeing our faith just elevate so much more, just being around such good humans all the time.
Yeah. Similar to Derek, I went to Christian Brothers in Memphis my freshman year. Then I came here a year before Derek. And I grew up in the church. My parents, obviously, they've been great. But one of the things my mom kind of talks about is how, as a parent, you want to, build your kids with the foundation of the Lord, but then you want to get to a certain point where you allow it to be your children's own faith and their own walk. And so my first year, 2 years into college, I kind of wavered off of that and just, acted like a young college kid. And then, coming here, kind of being surrounded by like-minded people. We have a really good group of guys that kind of push each other to grow. And I think Derek's been a big impact on my walk. Just with he pushes me to be better, and he calls me out on stuff.
Yeah.
Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
That's what you need, bro.
And I appreciate that, to be able to have the type of relationship where he can come to me and be like, hey, you've been acting like this or doing this, you don't, you're not supposed to do that. So I think being comfortable with our teammates and with our closer friends, I think that has been really beneficial for me.
Yeah, so I kind of went through the same thing at my first school. I kind of went there, and you never know how long that time is where you've been doing the things you're doing. And I had a 2-year stint where I was just on the gas pedal all week, if you know what I'm saying. And then it's weird because this campus isn't a very faith-based campus. You got some people that are not not in the book, I should say. Yeah. But with the sports teams, it's a very common occurrence where very religious teams.
Yeah.
And I said, that's just not the usual that you see on this campus. Have y'all noticed how many, do y'all have a Bible study or anything?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I remember I think I talked to somebody about that. But just getting together with your teammates and stuff like that, because you're y'all are together all the time, bro. Just getting together with your teammates all the time, I gotta stop saying that. Just getting together with your teammates all the time and talking about it, dude, and being vulnerable with each other and holding each other accountable is a big part of your walk with God. So what is y'all's favorite Bible verse?
For me, it's it's the reason I wear number 23. It's Psalms 23:1.
Okay.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And the NIV translation, it says, the Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. So it's just knowing that I'm really just a sheep in the world.
Yeah.
But I'm guided by the best shepherd. I'm guided by the Lord in everything I do. So I lack nothing. He guides me wherever I need to go. And when you think of sheep and a shepherd, which is a common occurrence in the Bible, sheep have no clue what they're doing. The shepherd tells them when to eat, drink, do everything. So it's falling back into having that perspective on Christ, just I know nothing. I need you to guide me. I kind of let that verse just shape my life.
I like that.
For me, I really like Luke 23:43. And the context is like for this verse, Jesus is on the cross and he has a sinner on each side of him. And one of the sinners, essentially says, if you're so powerful, how about you get us off these crosses? And then the other guy, he acknowledges Jesus as Lord and acknowledges his perfect life and his power. And then the verse, it says, Jesus answered him, "Truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise." Yeah. And I like that. Like, I just think it shows like the mercy of the Lord and like how gracious he is, how loving he is. So I really like that.
Yeah, those are two really great ones. Like those are two different ones that we've heard.
We haven't heard those yet.
I love this part of like the show, like hearing everybody's different verses and like why it touches them. But I kind of want to talk about like y'all talked about a Bible study. What got y'all started, and like were y'all doing this in the past?
It really got started this year. Like, so we live 45 minutes away from each other, so we spent the summer with each other, essentially, like just workouts and stuff. So we kind of saw a glimpse of it last year, but then through the summer, like we're kind of seeing our faith like become a normal part in our conversation, which is kind of like, that was weird for me because it's like you have that college mindset, like you're a college kid, but then it's like at some point, Reese brought this to my attention. He was like, at some point you're gonna have to change because one day you're gonna be a dad, like you're gonna be a husband, so you can't live this college kid lifestyle. Like same way he was saying I hold him accountable, he was holding me just as accountable, which is why you see me with him all the time.
Yeah.
And like, so me, him, Tyson, and Brandon, we all live in a dorm, and like we kind of just sat down one day and was like, we kind of need to take our faith to the next level. Like, it's good in this room, but now we need to spread it. So now we have a team Bible study, and now like we've been in discussions about getting something like going on campus. And I know we've talked to some of the baseball guys, like we're trying to just make Montevallo like not just a sports team, like we want this to be a university-wide thing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, he said it. I mean, just kind of. I mean, it was always a talk, and then I mean, we just like actually decided that we were going to do it, and we also thought it was important. Like, we have a bunch of freshmen this year, and I mean, they're all really good dudes, and they're all on their own walks, and we just wanted to like we wanted to share that with each other. We wanted to have that time with each other, and then hear about people's walks and like where they are and like what they need. And like, I think it lets us like help each other out a lot, but then it also kind of, it grows us closer together. Like from doing
it's definitely huge for, y'all to like do that for the freshmen and kind of like help mentor them. Cause I remember being a freshman and we had like a little Bible study going on, and it just kind of helped me grow as a man, I feel like, because I would see like these guys struggling out here on the field, and then we come to Bible study and they're just normal old so-and-so, and they're just like, they're pouring into me. And I think it's super, super crucial for y'all, like to do that at our age and like use that as a benefit to help these freshmen and just younger generations.
Yeah. So what made y'all pursue basketball?
I mean, I'm pretty tall. No, actually, I played football and basketball in high school, and then kind of had the body of a football player, but then my brother decided to play football, and I kind of saw in my dad's eyes like he was a college basketball player, so I was like, I kind of want to follow my dad's footsteps. Like, I want to do this. I want to play college basketball. So I kind of just took it upon myself to like have the discipline to change my body into a basketball player, and then it's history from there. Like,
I mean, mine, like, I played basketball and baseball.
Mac knows. So me and Reese actually played baseball together during the summer. With the East Coast Sox. That's how I met Reese.
Crazy.
And Radford was on the team too.
Yeah. I know you played some ball growing up.
So like Mac knows kind of baseball probably wasn't my strong suit.
No, he was good.
I mean, I enjoyed it. Like, I really enjoyed it, but for me, it was like I think I'm a very competitive person, and in high school, it kind of got to the point where it's like you got to pick. And so for me, it was like, I think basketball is like super competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like y'all are both great baseball players. Y'all are both competitive. But for me, it was like with basketball, I felt like I'm competing for however long the game
Yeah.
is. So that was really kind of like what took me, out of baseball and just strictly into basketball.
Yeah, I mean, you see us going to be competitive and go play pickup basketball. We're not. Y'all are going to play baseball. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I can see like why, like, dude, we're like, coach, can we please play like intramural basketball or something like? But
We actually had a little competition day where we were on the court.
yeah,
It was bad, bro.
it was bad. Yeah,
It was
there's a
so
reason we're playing
bad.
baseball.
What'd y'all do?
So we had like 2 guys on each side, so it was like
3 man, three.
three people on each side. So we had 6 guys on each team. One guy started over here, full court, layup, gave it to the other guy, free throw, and then one guy hit a 3. And like, if you won, you were done. If you lost, you had to go get on the line. We had to do suicides, and then you had to go again until there was one team left. But dude, it was
It was
so
the best day
bad.
of conditioning I ever did. I would have run suicides. I would have kept going just
Dude.
to keep doing it.
But we got out there. We were out there for, dude, it felt like forever, just because we had so many
Yeah.
guys that just couldn't make a shot.
No, yeah, y'all be clowning us because be like, yo, dude, hey, he's got a jumper on him and he goes shoot, and it's just like,
I'm pretty sure I was in the corner. I'm pretty sure I hit the side of the
Side
net.
backboard.
yeah,
But it's like it's the same thing though. Like
yeah,
if we came out
Yeah.
here and tried to hit one of
Yeah.
y'all's pitchers, like we'd look like we're spinning.
I
on
wouldn't
the side.
I wouldn't
Like,
stand in
it'll
the
be
box.
terrible.
Like,
So
I
it was like a
refuse.
competitive, like you wanted to compete at the highest level for like the sport you were playing.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about competing. So there's a good way to compete, and then there's a pretty bad way to compete, and I've been on both. So how do you feel like faith has impacted the way that you compete day to day?
I mean, it's more of a mentality thing with me. It's
Yeah.
like I take it day by day, and like just knowing that my identity is not a basketball player. Like my
Mhm.
identity is a Christian, and so like if I just have that mentality, like tomorrow's gonna come, like
Yeah.
basketball, and like what you were saying about those guys in Bible study, like
Mhm.
I never want to let a basketball stemmed situation pour into my real life, because
Yeah.
I know I have guys that look up to me, and like if they see basketball affecting me in a way that like can affect my faith, then like that's what they're looking up to, and then they could see their identity as a basketball player instead
Right.
of what it should be.
Yeah. I mean, like Derek said, like, our identities, all of us, like it's not as an athlete,
Yeah.
like our identity is in Christ.
Mhm.
And I mean, like, just being honest, like that's something I really struggle with, is like competing and showing my faith while I compete. And it's hard. Like, I think the hardest part for me is like, once you're actually on the court and like it's game time and it's everything's going, like
Yeah.
I feel like I just get in like this little mode where
Yeah.
I kind of try and tune everything out,
Yeah.
and then that's where sometimes like
Yeah.
I'm not thinking as much, and I'll slip up. But like Derek said, like I think just like if you truly believe that your identity is in Christ
Yeah.
and not a basketball or a
Yeah.
baseball, I think that definitely helps, and it allows you to show that to others.
Do you feel like it eases like tension a little bit within like your sport? Like whenever you're going through something and like say something bad happens, like after, right? Like you're looking back on it and you're like, I mean, it's really not that bad. Like it's
Yeah.
like I feel like I lean on Christ more. Like say something happens, like I strike out in game, and then like I get back in there and like it's a big game, but like at the end of the day, like I think about it, I'm like, it's gonna be all right. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
die. Like it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
So like I kind of want to ask y'all, like from y'all's perspective, because I see it like on the court with me and Reese. Me and Reese are very like minded. So like, how do y'all see it impact you like on the baseball field rather than the basketball field?
Yeah, I mean, for us, honestly, I feel like I don't want to say it's a little bit easier, but like we are in a slower paced game.
Mhm.
For y'all, like things can get out here and you can get sped up, but like, I mean, y'all are running up and down the court. I can see it definitely like being harder for y'all to control like emotions and stuff. But I think for us, it's just like the game is slow, and we can't like hitting a walk off home run is way less likely than hitting a big a big 3-pointer.
Mm.
So it's like I don't know, like you just kind of have to.
Sit back and kind of let things come to you.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, the patience like you have to have is
Yeah.
insane, and
I feel like it kind of just like frees me up. Like I don't really have much weight on my shoulders whenever I'm playing.
Yeah.
I mean, because like I said, at the end of the day, like both of y'all said, at the end of the day, you're not a basketball player.
yeah.
You're a child of God. Two baseball players over here. What's it like being a college basketball player? Like, what's a day in a life like?
I mean, it can get repetitive. It can get real repetitive.
No, yeah, it's same thing over here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's kind of wake up, class, treatment,
Yeah.
do your individual work, go get something to eat, then practice, film, and wake up and do it again.
No. All right. So how do you kind of like fit your faith in between like the day, like in those days?
So we talked about this in Bible study a couple weeks ago. It's crazy. I think it's your routine. Like,
Yeah.
when are you gonna have this quiet time? When are you gonna have this time to yourself and also with others to
Yeah.
like reflect? But like, when are you gonna have your quiet time? When is your time with God? And I feel like it's so fast paced.
Yeah.
Like, life is any student athlete at any sport, your life is fast paced. So it's like finding that time to just sit down and like have that time with God.
Yeah. What's like your go-to way into like getting into that mode?
So I mean, for me, it's just my routine. Like, I have like we go to sleep so early. Like,
Bro, we're
Really?
no
Where-
joke. Every night, like 9:30 at the latest, we're
I
in the
can't go to
bed.
sleep.
That's how I
my
am.
problem.
We're in
This
the
guy,
bed,
dude, he don't
dude.
ever sleep.
Dude, the other night, this is so bad. I went to bed at 3:30 the other night. Just I was laying in my, like I tried to go to sleep at like 12, and like I was just sitting there, just laying there.
Yeah, that's.
And then I got on my phone, and then turned the TV on.
Yeah. So my birthday was on Saturday, and Friday, or I guess Saturday morning, at like 2:30, he's like, "Happy birthday, bro." I'm like, "You go to
What did
bed,
you do?
dude." It was crazy.
That's just how I am.
Yeah, but back to that, it's like it's my routine. So like every time I know when everybody in 405, like our room is winding down, like I'm about to go brush my teeth, and before I even get in the bed and call my girlfriend, like I have set 5 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna do my devotional. I'm gonna read what I need to read, whatever God puts on my heart. But I'm gonna have that time.
Yeah.
Like, nobody can take that time away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I owe it to God.
Are you, Reese?
Yeah. I mean, me and Derek literally like have the same exact schedule every day.
I would
Like-
see y'all together. So I mean,
Yeah, like, we have-
that lines up.
Basically, all our classes together. Like we do everything. But I really think, for me, like the biggest thing that has like allowed me to grow in like this way of like getting into your word and stuff is to like be open and like have conversations very regularly
Yeah.
Yeah.
about it. And it's something that I think we do a pretty good job of it, just having those conversations like randomly, if one of us thinks of something, we'll have those conversations. And then I think also another thing with it is like our team Bible study. We kind of, if like whoever wants to lead the Bible study, they can kind of, jump in and say they want to do it, maybe a week or 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
But I think another thing with that is like everybody's kind of preparing like they're going to lead it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that gives all of us like an opportunity to get into our word and, find topics that are like a common struggle with us, and just get in that and like, learn there and, and then it'll spark a conversation with us in the room. And it just kind of, I think for me, like it's just kind of, it's become a really regular thing, which has been cool because I've never really had that before.
Yeah.
Like I never really took that part of my faith like extremely serious,
Mhm.
kind of Sunday go to church.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's, every day we want to get in the word and grow with each other.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's a big thing.
So how do y'all lay out your Bible studies? Like, what does it look like, and is it like consistent, or do y'all like change it up every time?
So it really depends on our like practice schedule, but it's once a week. Like, this week's a weird week because we travel, but we've already discussed it. Like we're gonna do it when we get to the hotel. Like Reese is gonna lead it,
Mhm.
and I guess like everybody kind of gets in there. Like there's worship music and everybody's just talking, and then I mean from that point somebody will pray us in, and then we just it's really just we're just diving in the word like,
Yeah.
and it's more of an open discussion just because we have so many different like backgrounds. Like me and Reese come from a different place. We both came here. We got freshmen, young guys,
Mhm.
people who are new to the faith, people who grew up in church, and it's just like having all those different outlooks and perspectives on it, all like meshing together. You're gonna learn something
Yeah.
like every time there's a Bible study.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
We like when we are able to get ours. We've been kind of inconsistent with ours. It's kind of hard to get a consistent like group for us. I don't really know if it's just like maybe
It's everybody's kind of got a lot on their plate. Like I think a couple times that they've had a Bible study, we've been doing this, which I kind of feel bad about.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't know. Like what's your favorite part of y'all's Bible study? Like, what would you say your
I think so. For me, it's we usually try and at the end try and have a couple questions.
Mhm.
About like
mm-hmm.
where it just kind of relates it like to each individual person. And usually when we do that, we'll kind of split up into smaller groups. And I like the questions because if somebody isn't necessarily comfortable speaking whatever in front of everybody, it kind of gives everybody an opportunity in a smaller group to answer a question. And we I mean we try and make the questions I guess like where you have to be vulnerable,
Yeah.
yeah,
um
yeah.
because that we think that's a big thing. So I really like that part of it. And I really like how the guys that maybe haven't known us as long, I mean, they just jump right in and
Yeah.
like take their walls down and
Yeah.
completely open up, which is, I mean, I love it.
That's the best
what
part
you
of it.
need.
Yeah.
I feel like at the Bible study we had, like I feel like everybody did a good job of that. Just full openness, vulnerability. Like if somebody had a problem, like they set it on the table. And I mean,
Yeah.
I also think that's probably really cool, just hearing so many different answers to
Yeah.
questions and stuff like that.
For sure.
That's like with this podcast, just having so many people on here and having different answers. Like it gives you like different perspectives of what's going on.
No, it does. Like my favorite part of like our Bible studies, and it's gonna sound weird, but like when you hear somebody talking about something, you kind of hear them choke up. You know that they're like there's been something in there
Right.
Yeah.
that they've been holding in, and in
Yeah.
this moment that you're sharing with them, they're able to let it out. Like that's like it gives me chills every time I hear somebody do that, or I see like a tear roll down there, or about to. Like,
Yeah.
dude, that's the Holy Spirit working, And it's it's honestly amazing. But I mean, we kind of talked about y'all expressing your faith within your team, and y'all talked about wanting to make it kind of outside of just sports. Like, what do y'all think? Like, what is y'all's ideas of that? Like,
Oh man, it goes like every time we have. So it's funny. Like every time we have a Bible study, it's like, man, we got all these ideas, and then bang, we're right back into the routine of being a student athlete the next
Yeah.
day, and then we kind of put it on the back burner, and then we have Bible study the next week. We come up with even more ideas, but like we struggle with like finding time, which is just, I mean, it's tough as a student athlete, but then I feel like we're taking steps now because we've seen how powerful it is, like just in the dorm that we do it in. So it's like, why not try to spread this? So now we're kind of gradually taking steps. Like we're asking like people of leadership, like, can we use the gym this day? We're asking pastors like just for advice and just prayers, honestly. And like we've seen the power of it. Reese is definitely like we've talked about this for ever since we thought of the idea. Like we've seen the power of it in our lives. So it's like we can't keep it to ourselves anymore.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing right now, we want to, and again, we're trying to figure out, like we just got the okay that we can use the gym. So, that was a step in the right direction, but we want it to be more of like, have like some worship and then like prayer.
Yeah.
Cause I think it's big. Like I don't think you want to, really try and push something on people.
I was just thinking that.
I like the question earlier, how do you express your faith like when you play? So we want it to be something like that where it's just an example thing. And if, anybody that wants to come, they can come. And then, like we've talked about, maybe at the end, if people want prayer or want one-on-one prayer, that we would do something like that. So I think, just taking some steps towards that.
Yeah.
That sounds fire though.
Yeah. I mean, like when you're being that light and people are in their, in that darkness themselves and they see it, like they're going to be drawn near to it. You don't have to go up to them. I mean, there are some times where like, you're wanting to have a one-on-one conversation with somebody, but a lot of times it's just like people seeing like you praying together and it's like, man, I wish I was a part of that. Like, I don't know. I've seen that happen a lot of times.
How has your sport taught you like lessons that you can apply to your faith as well?
I mean, there's too many to say,
Yeah.
but like, I guess the big one is the failure. Like, I mean, it's
Because we're all gonna sin.
yeah,
Like, that's just,
exactly.
that's again like how life is now. So yeah, like you were saying.
Yeah, like I guess it's failure in the sport and then taking it back and like putting in a life perspective, like falling short for like God. And it's like when you kind of put those side by side, it's like one like doesn't even compare to the other. So then it's like you see the beauty of your sport, like and how small and narrow it is when it's like when it comes to your real life at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think like finding true satisfaction. Like I used to look for that in basketball, and I mean, I still struggle with it, like because I care a lot about basketball. But I think knowing, like kind of like what we were talking about earlier, like knowing at the end of the day that that's not our identity, and I think playing the sport, it gives you a lot of opportunities to notice that and like to see that, okay, we just did this, but why don't I feel
Yeah.
good, because
Yeah.
we're looking for satisfaction like in the wrong places.
Yeah. That was like, we had a guy on from our team, Mitch Rhodes, and he asked us like, what's the biggest like difference that you see from like giving your life to Christ? And like that's one of the things for me that it was just like the satisfaction like is not like I'm not looking at it in the worldly things, like looking for it in the worldly things. Like yeah, like I get satisfied with things that happen in my life, but I know that like the root of it isn't because of the world.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge thing that I found in my own walk.
Yeah.
But like what do y'all feel? Because like, man, being a student athlete is tough. Like mentally, physically. Sometimes you're like, well, what am I even doing right now? Like what keeps you motivated day in and day out? Like, I mean, with Christ, but like what also like some other external motivators?
So I mean, it's like you kind of look at it through the lens of like, why am I doing this? So it's like I always call them my whys. It's a term that I've heard. It's like my mom has poured so much into me. My dad has poured so much into me. Coaches, people, like everybody, like has poured so much into me. Whether it was believing in me, doubting me, like why am I doing what I'm doing? And it's like it just flips your perspective into being like, okay, like now I have to take the extra step, and then when I take that step, then take the next step.
Right.
And I was like, once you gradually build, just keep getting better and better. So I mean, that's kind of where my motivation stems from.
Yeah, I mean, we all want to win. Like, I really like to win, so that's a big part of it. Is like, you have to work hard to win. Like, you don't just go out there and win. And I think another thing is like that has helped me a lot is to be around people like Derek and Brandon and Tyson. Like we live with each other, and to see like how they work and to see how badly they want to win. I think it makes me want to work, just as hard, if not harder, because like I want to win for them. And like I think when you have a balance within your team of like everybody wants to do it for the other guy, I think that's a big motivator, and that helps, with self-motivation. as well as like being competitive. I mean, I think
Yeah.
those are some big things.
That's something that y'all see with season starting up this weekend. Is like it's great to go out there and bang out 30 points, right? But like when you're playing for more than just yourself, like the season's so much better.
Yeah.
Like that's how I feel. Like I've been the selfish guy, and I've been a guy that wants the team to do better than myself. And that part of me, the sport was way more fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes the pressure off you. But yeah, no, that's a huge thing. Like just if you can get like the majority of the guys on the team to feel that way, yeah, you make it a long ways. And even if you don't make it a long ways in your sport, like you make it a long ways, and
I feel like you have a fantastic time.
you can end the
doing
season
that.
knowing like, man, I'm gonna miss this team, even though we might have had a losing season or something. I'm not saying that y'all did or are, but like, man, it's not about the wins losses and that side of things. Like
Right,
we're
right,
competitive,
right.
we want to win,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm not saying let's go have a losing season this year, but like, the team aspect's huge.
Yeah.
So, what's some advice that you would give to a younger athlete or a younger Christian athlete?
That's tough. I'm not gonna lie. I guess. I mean, we've kind of talked about it like throughout this whole thing. Is like knowing where your identity lays,
Yeah.
because I know how badly I struggled with that, and like if I could just instill anything into a younger athlete, it's like know that your identity is in Christ. Your identity is not in a bad performance or a bad like shooting slump. It's gonna get better. Like if you just go home at night knowing that like God's the Father, God's in control. His will be done regardless of what I do, regardless of the result I put out there on the court. Like God's in control of my life. So just know that like your perspective has to be through the lens of like back to my verse, like I'm a sheep and God is my shepherd. He'll guide me wherever I need to be.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing I would say is like find enjoyment in the things that the little things, but also the things that feel like they suck right now.
Yeah.
Like all of that stuff. Like as you kind of move through a season or through like a couple years of school or college or whatever, I think sometimes like you can look back and be like, that was good for me. And like, I grew through that, or like that was actually really fun, but it felt like in the moment that it wasn't. And then the other thing I would say is just try and like surround yourself and latch on to people that are gonna force you to grow.
Yeah.
Because I think complacency is something that, at least I personally struggle with. I think surrounding yourself with people that are gonna not allow that is really good and has been really beneficial for me.
At practice, like, and this could be like an answer to the advice question, like we do the same 30-minute segment, 30, 40-minute segment of
like
defense.
The first hour of our practice,
it's the same
every day.
Really?
It's the exact same. So like
That's the difference.
we kind of see the freshmen like kind of like falling off and like getting bored with the basics of it, and it's like you have to. That has to be the most important part of your practice, because what we do in that first hour is like that directly translates to the game.
Yeah.
And like if you get bored with the basic stuff and you just want to go out there and make the big play, like we say a lot in basketball, it's just funny. We say hit singles, like don't try to hit home runs, just hit singles. Like if you get bored with the basics of it and you try to like do something bigger than yourself, you have nothing to fall back on. Like you can never just fall back onto the basics and just be like a consistent player.
I definitely have some more questions like off camera, because this is great. This isn't even something I plan to ask, but like kind of popped in my brain. Because we had somebody ask before, but like what, like if you had the chance to ask God a question right now, and like again, we have a relationship with God and you can kind of ask him and pray about it. Like if he was standing right here, like what would you ask him? Like if you have one question.
That's
and you can take a minute. You can take a minute. It's a good question, and it stumped me when I heard that.
Yeah.
But take a minute to sit on it. But like
that's a really
good question. But I think my question would be like, we ask God why so much, but I think my question would be like, why did you go about it that way? Like sending your son to die on the cross, like instead, like out of all the ways you could have showed like how powerful you are, but also how merciful you are, like why would you go about it that way? And I feel like that's not that's obviously not a question we can have answers here. Like we can only ask that when we're there. But like that is like an all-knowing, omnipotent God sent his son, like, to die the most brutal death. Like, why was that the way he went about it? Like, is it a lesson for us, or was it just like his way of showing us? You know,
What word was that you put in there?
omnipotent, like
all knowing. Is it like all knowing?
all knowing, everywhere, everywhere.
That'd be vocab.
I mean, I think I would. I mean, you know, my answer will probably change in 20 minutes. Like when
Exactly.
because I'm gonna be thinking about that.
It is.
Yeah,
It made me think
That's
about
a
it.
really good
Definitely.
question. But I think I would. I mean, I really like yours. Like I was going in that direction, but I think I would ask him, like, why he allows us to have a relationship with him. Because, like, I mean, like, I mean, we know as believers, we know like that he has like abundant grace and mercy and steadfast love. But I mean, we are literally failures, like in all aspects of our life, like at all times. Like we were born sinners and we will sin until the day we leave this earth. So I think I would ask him, like why he allows us to live in sin, but then he continues to like just wash us clean. And I mean, that's a really, really good question.
Those are two good.
Those
answers.
are good questions because, like, ever since I've found this question or someone asked me it, I was like, now all the time it'll pop in my head and I'll think of a different question to ask him. Like I'd ask him, but
so like as of right now, what would y'all's questions be?
Yeah.
This is very like this is crazy. And my answer is gonna change, and then I'm gonna like text you and be like, no, I actually wish I would have said this.
I don't know. Like today, I mean, it's like I think about the whole beginning, right? The whole Adam and Eve situation. It's like, why did he allow Adam and Eve to mess up and become not perfect? Like it was about to be the best thing in the world. Like the world was about to be great. And then that happened. And I feel like, you know, since he's all powerful, like he could have stopped it, right? But I think he let that happen for a reason. Like I think like my idea is that he wanted to show his love. And that's how he wanted it was all in his plan, right?
Yeah.
He created the world. He could have stopped that. He wanted
Right.
Yeah.
But I like that, and I really like the answer, and I think also like you said, like it shows his love, but it also like it shows his glory. Like like by us being sinners and, you know, living in sin, like it really glorifies him because there's no way to get rid of that except for with him. So I really like that a lot.
I feel like my answer is just, I mean, probably Reese's answer. Just like, why does he allow us to do the things we do, and like, why does he like continue to pursue us, and like, why does he continue to let somebody pursue him? Like with the things. I mean, I'm not saying that I've like killed anybody or anything, but like with the things that I've done, like why does he allow me to keep going towards him? You know what I'm saying? And like why? Yeah, honestly, all four of us had why questions. Like the big question is like why? Like, why does he allow us to do the things that we do? And continue to wash us.
I think one of the fun ones for me would be like that I've always wondered, and this is if he came to the earth and was talking to me. Like, what is it like up there? What is it really like?
Yeah.
Also,
yes.
man, I have another one. Like when you die and go to heaven, are you able to see the earth? Because there's scripture in there that says like it's perfect, right? And it's a perfect world. Like I feel like you shouldn't be able to see the earth because it's like, unperfect. But I don't know. Because you know you always think that like, or people say, he's looking down on you, but is he? Like
I like that.
Like God is, but like I don't know. It's weird because I've had family members pass and like I've said like he's looking down on me. It's like, but is he?
Is he? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he's definitely like his spirit's there, but like I don't know. It's a really cool question. Think about it. You'll think about it on the fly.
Definitely.
Yeah, I really like that.
Like when I pass away, am I going to be able to like look back down on my loved ones and like?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's weird, dude. It's weird to think about.
I don't know if I want to. Though.
Yeah.
No, factual. You know.
I don't know what they be doing.
I think that's the good thing about that question. Like, there is a million different answers, And then, like you said, like tomorrow, we'll think of something else.
So,
So this is always a fun segment just because we get so many different answers. But so we have the Victory podcast. It kind of like was something that kind of popped up into our minds. And, so what does victory mean to you when it comes to Christianity?
Um, so when I think of victory, it kind of takes me to 2 Timothy 4:7. It's like I've fought the good fight, I've finished the race, and I've kept the faith.
mm-hmm.
So I look back. I can look back daily. I can look back weekly. I can look back at the end of the year. Have I fought the good fight? Have I done everything in my power to be the best competitor basketball player, son, boyfriend, person, brother, like I can be, and I can measure myself to that. So then, have I finished the race? Have I done everything I needed to do in the day or in that time? Like, have I done everything I needed to do? Can I check that box? And have I kept the faith? And that's the biggest one. Like, through it all, have I looked at it through a lens of like having my faith in God, like in every situation?
Yeah.
And then that would be my definition of victory.
I like that.
Yeah, I think for me, like when I think of victory, like I just go to like the bloody cross.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think the battle was won right there.
Yeah.
Like that. As someone like let's say none of us are believers and we're exploring this new religion and we're looking into it. I think like for the Lord to send his son and live the life that none of us like will ever be capable of living, and then voluntarily like giving himself as a sacrifice. I think that's where I think of victory is in that, and like that has allowed us to have our own relationship with the Lord.
Yeah, that's kind of similar to what our like basis is of it. Like for us, it's like when you finally, give yourself to God, you understand that He died on the cross for you. Like we see that as a victory, and that's the great thing about, which did not even realize that this would be a good thing to like ask people when we were making the name. We just thought it looked cool, and like we were making like logos. It looked cool, right?
I generated like a logo.
Yeah.
But that would kind of be cool if it was like victory and like that was like the cross with the two.
Yeah.
But
it's got like everybody's had different answers, and it's just great to see like, I don't know, just how it can mean different to everybody.
Yeah.
But this is, you're smirking because you know what time it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know if y'all watched, but like the very end, we end with a segment called Mac Motivation. He rips
it's
a.
crazy.
No, it is. It's the best part, bro. Everybody says it.
I thought it was midweek motivation.
So we do a midweek motivation for like our Instagram.
Okay.
But for the podcast, we have a Mac motivation, and this just started like organically. He was like, I want to end it with something like motivational, or what? I don't know how it really started.
I think I just like that was kind of what we just ended on. Like
So-
I just said something and then
I just named it Mac motivational. Motivation.
I'm excited now.
no,
See what you're
but
cooking
He's
up.
got the notebook out. This is the
That's what
second
I'm
week.
saying.
He normally he's
I try to
going to the
cook,
well.
I try to cook up throughout the week and like when somebody says something like during it and it'll like kind of
He's going to the
spark.
well.
But so like before this, I was just kind of sitting here and I've had the first one written down for I don't even know how long, but the second one kind of just like fell upon me as I was sitting here. But the first one was like everybody talks about like fearing God. And I was at a Bible study at Omri with Andrew. And he said you could either understand fear as like false evidence appearing real, like talking about the flesh, or you can think about fear as like forgetting everything and then rising for him. And like that's been a big thing for me, just kind of like as like somebody who started probably around this time, maybe a little bit before, like probably October of last year, was like when I started finally taking things seriously, and like hearing somebody say that kind of like flipped the switch in my mind of like that kind of gave me like the base understanding of like what I need to do. And then the second one, I was sitting here and like I feel like as athletes, we like since we're around so many people like throughout the day, like we could go to practice and like you can have somebody who's either like going through something or like just doesn't have a relationship with the Lord, and like I feel like I've gotten better at it, but like not suppressing your faith to try to please somebody else, like not like changing the way you act. Say like somebody's not a believer and they're like not doing the things that they're supposed to be doing, and like you falling for that. I'm still trying to think of what you called it that one time. But like just changing the way you act to try to please somebody else is like a huge thing that I feel like as athletes, just because we're around. So many
Imposter
people.
syndrome.
Imposter syndrome. Yes, having that imposter syndrome, but trying like feeling the need to do that, but like you not suppressing your faith and like rising and shining through could like we were saying could be the light for like a reason who like somebody could not be a believer and they see you like not expressing yourself and they could be like, dang, I want to be like that, like I want to feel that way.
That's what we're like, literally that's what we're wanting to do with this is anything that was making us want to suppress our faith, we're vulnerable right now.
It started off with a Bible study whenever we were talking about being bold in our faith, and it was last year originally with. So we had a guy last year who has a clothing brand, his image, and we were just like starting ideas, and he was like, the Jesus One shirts, that, like Ohio State was wearing. He was like, those would be cool just to kind of like wear around campus, so like people would see it, and like somebody might ask a question about it, blah blah blah. And then so he came up to me and was like, it was just a random weights, and he was like, we should start like a faith-based podcast. And like just being bold in your faith has been like a huge thing. And like, but I mean, I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, me too.
No, it's really cool. Like it really is. I mean,
like,
we talked about it a lot.
We talked about it in the training room. We were like, bro, like that's like elite. Like we need to start a fight. And then we were like making the jokes like everybody makes like, yo, bro, let's start a podcast. But like seeing stuff like this, like it's like y'all are doing it the right way. You know, y'all are just talking about random world like situations and stuff. Like y'all are actually doing something that could like impact somebody's life.
I mean, and then we just got a phone on a tripod. Like it doesn't have to be something special. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As long as you're getting what you want across.
No, I mean, dude, it's like people like you that come on, and it keeps us going because like y'all have both great insights, and we've had people with just great things that they've said, and it keeps us motivated and keep going, and gives y'all a platform to express your faith. Like that's great that like we're in a spot where we can allow that for people,
right?
And I don't know, it's just like it's really cool.
It's fun. Like, I mean, throughout the day, like this can be like a stressor for me, just because like I don't want it to be awkward, and I don't want like a bad podcast come out or anything like that. But like once you get in it, like I don't know, I enjoy it so much, bro. Especially just hearing people's different insights, bro. And like y'all are the first non-baseball players that we've had on here, so I hope people like understand like they want to hop on, like they can hop on. If y'all got buddies that have been talking about it, or like what like you think that would be a good guest on here, and shoot them our way, we'd be glad to have them. But
well, I appreciate y'all coming on, man.
Thank y'all, man.
It's great. Mac told me y'all were like, hey, when are we gonna be on? It's like, dude, let's have them on, dude. We want somebody different. But thank you for coming on, dude. It was, I mean, y'all were great.
But, thank y'all.
We appreciate y'all, bro.
Mac, do your little cutout.